Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd take another look at the workshop and see what was out there, and a lot of very cool creations by a bunch of different authors again this week. So last week I kind of screwed up and I paused the video and it screwed up 3 of the builds. So I'm going to show those first. And everything also is being shown in Reforge Eden 2 today. So the very first creation here is the N20 Duch R2 CV by maec. And that is what this is right here. And really cool looking build, I gotta say. I believe when I was first looking at this, it reminded me of, like, it is a CV of course, but it did remind me of like some kind of like futuristic HV or some kind of like big tank or something like that. Really cool looking design. I love this front end aesthetics here on how everything kind of like goes to a point there, rounds off, and plus the other colored like little armor extensions in there. That's very cool. Also a very cool looking bridge section right there. And yeah, I do like the extra like thin blocks with the texture lights and whatnot. Very nice option for adding a bunch of detail in places and things like that, which is really cool. Yeah, let's check in here. I can see a med bay over there. And looks like a pretty good farming section in there. So I believe this ship is basically like a base style ship. That's usually when I see farms and see stuff like this, kind of looks like it would be kind of the ship you'd want to get into the game and then use it throughout the game. So very cool. I forget from last week exactly what the specs and everything on this were, but it is a very cool build, that is for sure. I like the thruster housings here too. This is really cool what was done up on top of there with the pipe work and things like that, like the accents there. And then we've got some turbine positions all over here. They do look like thrusters, and I'm sure that was the intent. And that is a cool looking block work over here too. I really like the angling done on that, using a different set of blocks to make this line here. That's cool. I love to see angles like that, actually. That's kind of fully using all the stuff you can do with blocks. Same thing kind of is going on over here too, how these beams over here were made going across the hall there. Very cool use of blocks. And we got little side entries, and we got all kinds of stuff going on in this build. Also, too, the way it's set up, although I believe it would be fine even without them, but it does have some extra landing parts in here to keep it stable when you're setting it on the ground. Now, obviously, the ground it's sitting on right now is pretty uneven, but that is cool. So you can use blast doors like this. I believe these are triggered with the landing gear, but it will like basically hold the ship up so it doesn't like flop forward when you land. However, the way it's set up, it does look like even without those on a flat surface, that is, it would land properly. It looks like it would be supported good from the center section here. So yeah, very cool build though, I gotta say. Oh, I like those texture lights around the hangar door there too, and the shape of it. And it looks like we're gonna have a pretty good size hangar in there too. Let me get a quick look at the underside here. Yeah, lots of detail, texture lights down there too. Got a retractable right there. And it does look like it's set up, at least right now, for mostly like drone defense purposes and not a combat ship. One last little interesting piece of art on here is, my goodness, this looks awfully much like a skull right up over here. All the window shapes are done, and that's almost like some top teeth or something like that. I don't know. I got that impression when I was looking at it. I don't think I seen this last week. I think I just was like, "Ooh, cool window." But yeah, I was kind of noticing this, and I'm like, "Oh wow, there's like a skull built into the front there too. Pretty slick." If that was the intent. If not, it kind of looks like it. All right, so there. Let me turn down the outdoor lights. And let's go take a walk on the inside here, see what's happening. There's a lot of builds to cover today, by the way, so this will be a little bit longer video than normal. And at the end of the video, I did want to show you what I've been working on. However, I really should do that in a separate video, and I might just do that because it's already going to be long enough. Cool how the strafing thrusters are kind of in there, and they actually look cool. If you can utilize like the backside of some of these parts, it's kind of like you got some more parts to work with for deco, because the thrusters actually do look pretty good. I like the general scheme in here too, kind of going with the texture light black and then grays. It's a nice look. And we got a embedded glass window there. Really cool block trim work around that window. And then we're, yeah, it's a pass-through hanger door, or pass-through hanger as well. So that's always a great option. You don't have to turn around when you want to take off again with your creations stored in here. Here, let me take an elevator up a little bit. We also have a lot of parts in here. Well, some parts like storage controllers and whatnot. Hold on, I might be forgetting something too before I get into this too much. Oh, there we go. Let me, I want to check the P menu. Okay, I just want to see if there's any info LCDs or anything like that. And obviously, place to put some parts in here. It kind of looks like they would hold some medium shield parts. It's probably the intent, especially since it says S right there. I think I'm putting 2 and 2 together finally here. And we got a lot of S's on the other side over there too. So I think, here, let me God mode for a second here. Oh yeah, a whole bunch more. So actually, there's 2 on this side, 4 on this side. So that would accommodate all 6 medium shield parts that you can add to a build. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna have to. Man, there's rooms and chambers all over the place here. All right, let me get back here. And oh, wait a minute. Yeah, here's the elevator I'm looking for. Let's get up to another deck here. Oh, yeah, look at this. Interesting flooring texture there. That looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Never thought about using like, it's actually like a decorative wood piece, but the color that it's painted at makes it look like more of a futuristic floor tile or something like that, which is really, really cool. What we got back here? Looks like our warp drive's in there, and it looks like we've got an advanced generator chilling. Some fuel. Or, well, some O2 at least. That might be a fuel tank on the other side. I think it's O2, though. And some production over here. We got a deconstructor, universal constructor, and a small constructor on that side. Let me see if we got different stuff going on the other side. And, oh, wow, look at this fusion reactor room here. That's, I think that's the big fusion reactor, too. That looks really cool. I like the parts and the added effects around there, around the fusion reactor, and even the texture that the room was done in. And of course, we got some more shielding in here. No, actually, that's a turbine, I think, over there. I can tell by the noise, or maybe not. Actually, that does look like a large shield part. Yeah, okay, so these are large shield parts. I did hear a turbine somewhere. It's probably out somewhere else. Or am I getting this wrong? Is that a turbine and not a shield part? Here, God mode. No, that's a shield part. Where's the turbine? I hear a turbine. Sounds so turbine-like over here. And I did see one on the outside too, so I know there's a turbine nearby. Turbines are awfully nice because they do help your ship or your build use less fuel. If you have enough turbines and the ship doesn't use a lot of power, it potentially could power the entire ship, but usually it's just an assist. On a big ship like this, I'm sure it is. It's pretty hard to get the whole build to operate via just turbines alone. It has a lot of stuff on it, of course. All right, so in this room, we have got our very safe grow plots. In case you're walking in here and you trip and stuff, you got a guardrail so you don't fall into the plants. No, that's just cool. Added deco. It's hard to, I mean, it's hard to detail these grow plots. I mean, it really is. They got to be in a certain way. They're full block with one basic texture, and you can't really do a lot with that. Like the glass coming into the farming section as well. Oh, we got a sign over there, and other deco pieces and details. All the grow lights are installed. Let's see. Oh wow, this is a 3-door thing. So I don't know where we are on the ship right now, but we have more production here. So advanced constructor, small constructor, got all our armor stuff over here. So our weapon locker, armor repair. Well, I guess not all. The other part's probably around here somewhere. The actual, oh, there it is. The regular armor locker. Main core right there, protected by some heavy glass. O2, we got our med bay, got the shower, got the specialized equipment in the area. Oh, yep, and there's the other 2 pieces up there on the ceiling. So yeah, full med bay over here. So this ship is, yeah, it's packing like everything you'd want, which is really cool. Good farming, production, utility, a hangar, pass-through hangar at that. A couple passenger seats up here. Cool looking bridge, and there's our skull glass. Again, yeah, that's the nose, eyes, mouth. Yep, there we are. That is cool. I like how you can see those texture lights through the glass here too, from the bridge. Kind of seeing the other parts of the ship there. We got a little misty action going on in here too. Very nice. Now I think there's more parts of the ship here. Oh wait. Let's hit this elevator here. Okay, it looks like we have a lot of I don't know, potential part upgrade areas in here. Well, a lot of parts could fit in here, so just extra space for stuff, which is awfully handy too. Especially like the Reforged Eden developers, and even the vanilla developers have been adding more and more stuff to the game. So if you have a ship and you want to keep using it, it's nice to have some extra room around to add stuff that doesn't exist when the ship was built, basically. Oh, look at this corridor. Now that is one crazy detailed looking hallway there. I like how that's done. It's got the texture lights in there. It's got all these like frame pieces and the fancy stuff on the sides there. Oh, yes, we got to have the cafeteria or the mess hall. I've never seen that before, this particular sign. This is actual pixels and not an LCD. So maybe that was there and I just didn't see it before. But very cool. Got some food processors, our fridges, and a lot of places to sit and eat. And we got probably the TV back over there, which is great. You can watch the space ball. Is that a space sport? I don't know. I just made that up. All right. So what's down this corridor? Well, look at all these corridors, man. This thing is huge. Look at this fancy bathroom over here. Wow. Play some miniature golf in there or something. Okay, and this is that other way in. I like how this is gonna like tucked away from the outer hall a little bit too. Although it's a open area still. Now we're kind of overlooking the hangar. Is that the main hangar? Yeah, that's the main hangar. So we've been in there already. All right, and this elevator does not go up. Yeah, these corridors and everything, really, really cool. Very immersive feeling. Walking through the ship and seeing all these different rooms and whatnot. Feels plausible and believable. All right, here I'm going to fly around a little bit more because I didn't make my way up there, or did I? Yeah, we've been up here already. Yeah, fusion reactor room. I did miss the gravity generator over there. Wi-Fi. And, of course, we got to have our hologram globes around. And yes, okay, so there's more room out this way. Oh, we outside? No, we're glassed in here. So we got advanced generator over on this side as well. Yeah, very, very cool build. Very cool build. I like the overall design of it, and it's kind of unique looking for a spaceship. Again, it kind of gives me like there was some RTS game I used to like a lot called Supreme Commander, and it had some giant vehicles in it. And this, not that it exactly looks like that, but it kind of feels like it would be in that premise of like giant futuristic land moving tank things that are like the size of a modern destroyer or something like that. And this kind of gives me that impression a little bit, but it is a spaceship, and it does look like a spaceship as well. So very, very cool build here. Let's take a look at some numbers. So unlock level 25, size class 8, 130 forward. So yeah, a lot of thrust power on this. 65 strafing, 65 lift, 65 reverse, 34 down. We got 11 fuel tanks, 9 oxygen tanks, some sentry guns. We got some Gatling turrets. Do have a legit long-range radar. And yeah, so basically like drone defense type setup. Keep you safe wherever you go, as long as you're not like trying to engage dreadnoughts and stuff. 13-hour and 3-minute build time. It is using quite a few quantum processors. And the heat exchanger, obviously, for the fusion reactor, as well as a reactor core. Got some posters in there. One thing about the game that does irk me a little bit with the posters is you got to like make the posters separately. Like if you add a poster to your build, then before you can spawn it, you need to produce that poster. Now, I don't know if that's easy to produce. Like you can just build it in a constructor, or do you got to like buy them or find them somewhere? That is a little bit of a mystery to me. I'm not sure on that one. It's why I've been reluctant to use any posters and stuff in my builds, because I'm unsure on how you get them so you can spawn in the build, basically. CPU wise, set to 1.2 million using 1,120,000. And that is here. I'll just make sure that's sorted. And oh, it does have a micro jump drive in here as well. Core 12. So that's going to be done with your standard Core 9 package plus 3 quantum. So not that many quantum cores in here. I've seen more on some other builds for sure. Warp drive is our advanced warp drive. So that's 60 light years. Stock shield on here. Keep in mind, you can upgrade that. There's a lot of shield slots. But 109,059 for shield strength. So yeah, it can take a good lot of hits too. Be all right. Storage on here. We have looks like 2 ammo controllers, each at 320k. Quite a few other controllers in here. Some of these are boxes. Those are boxes, but these are controllers here. Oh wow, 640, 552. 632 and 344. So yeah, a lot of extra storage beyond your ammo, and I think beyond that, just some sort boxes and your normal stuff there. So yeah, very cool build. This again is the N20 Duch R2, stands for Reforged 2 CV by maec. And I apologize again to the author that I screwed up the video last week, because I was showing this. I'm not sure how much of that video made it through, but I knew it was not entirely there or missing entirely. So one of the two. But very cool build. All right, so moving on to the next build that was also carried over from last week. I had 3 builds that got screwed up. This one here is the Effective Base RV2 by REK, or R-E-K for the author name. And this is an obvious space station. Now, I do believe this one is for vanilla, so the stats may be a little bit incorrect. But it may not be for vanilla. I was a little bit confused. When I looked at this last week for the first time, I was looking at the count of the solar panels on here, and I counted 15, which would be matching that of the vanilla maximum allowed solar panels, which I find troubling, by the way, with vanilla. It's first of all, with the solar panels, you really should have them in like intervals of 4 and have an even number. Like if it allowed even 16 solar panels, you could do better arrangements and not have to do kind of what the author had to do here to put the maximum amount of solar panels on the build without going over. It just creates for a lot of chaos, because you can't like match them up properly and keep the counts even on either side. So usually I would recommend, like if you're gonna have 15 solar panels, even if you brought that to 16, or I would recommend more than that, like 24 or something like that for your maximum allowed solar panels, or even beyond that if you want to. But 15 is just a hard number to work with, because it's never going to balance out right, because it's not an even number or in an interval of like 2 or 4. So it does cause unnecessary issues, I would say. All right, so yeah, this is really cool. I definitely like, yeah, solar space station all set up there to just kind of park in front of a star and have all the solar panels suck up the stuff. Also looks like it's going to defend itself pretty good. We're running some rocket turrets on here. I think we have a radar down here. Now, if this is a long-range radar, no, that's not. Okay, oh, the wrong tool. That's okay. That's the deco part there. Is this one? Yeah, this is also deco. I kind of figured that because I do believe this is a vanilla build. It's always fun to kind of walk through them and try to figure out the intent of the build, what type of build it is, what it was built for. It's like a mystery. I know I could read the description, but who reads? No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, this is really cool. I like this big old like window on the front there too. And yeah, pretty much the same. All right, so let's find a way on board here. Got a nice landing pad up there. It's definitely going to light up too. That's all texture lights around the square there. More defense turrets. All right, let me do the outdoor light thing here. That's not much. Well, let's see how it goes. Yeah, I think I do remember that. There wasn't, I don't think much, a lot of like regular lights in the build. If I do remember from when I first looked at this last week. Sorry, you guys didn't get to see it. That was just for me. I'm just kidding. So we got our hydroponics over here. Oh, yes, I do remember this. Had a very unique layout for hydroponics. I've never really seen hydroponics quite laid out like this. I don't know if this is a specific like growing pattern for the author. Like they're going to grow 2 of these, one thing and 2 of that. And then when you mix that together, you're going to get the other thing. And then you're going to get your good foods. So that could be the deal. But it is very unique how it is done. I will say that. And that's not all, though, because we have more. We got more growing in here. And this one's got a different setup to it, too. So I think I'm just lacking understanding on how this all works out. But I bet you the author that built this does know how this all works out, because it's probably intentional to grow certain things and be organized. So that would be my best guess there. But that's cool. So you do have a decent amount of grow plots. And we got a balcony in here. Oh, yeah, there's a lower room. Oh, yeah, let's take this center corridor that I just walked back up. Let's go down to the lower section in here. Really open space area here in the center of the station. And then we got a sick bay. That's cool. I like the counter on the front there. And yeah, we got our clone and our thing. And I do believe on the last video too. Again, I don't know if it was cut off or not. But I just wanted to make mention. Every time I see this, just so the author knows, like if I were to go upgrade the clone chamber, if you read on the bottom right of the screen, it says upgrade from clone chamber to medic station. So basically, what I'm getting at here is this part is the same as this part, except this one was upgraded, more or less, and they both do cloning. I know this doesn't want to tell you that, but it does serve the purpose as a clone chamber. And quite frankly, seeing this like all the time on a lot of builds, I kind of wish they just were separate parts at this point in time. I think it's kind of unnecessarily confusing to have this and then this upgrades to this, where I kind of wish you had this and you had this. This just healed you. This just clones you. It would be easier to understand, I think. It would take a little more space up in a build, though. So, anyway, just an opinion there. All right, let me put away my tool. Oh, you got some fancy stuff going on there. Interesting. So in here we got a solar capacitor. Got looks like our main core Wi-Fi way up on the ceiling. We got some plant stuff like growing up along the ceilings in here too. Food processor, fridges, our kitchen counter, place to sit and chill and eat. Deconstructor input. Oh, I like how the author labeled that so we know what's going on. And yeah, it happens to be right next to a deconstructor. A couple advanced constructors there. Constructor output, constructor input, and guns on and off. Ooh, the good old manual switch. I probably just turned them off. Let's turn them back on. Gun ammo. So very organized. I like that. Really cool. So then we also have our armor repair and armor locker, but not a weapon locker. Again, why I would say it's definitely a vanilla build here. Not seeing any RE2 parts, such as a weapon locker. So down over here, we've got this mysterious part, actually a couple of them. Yeah, these mysterious parts that we hardly ever see here. In fact, yeah, land claim device and a offline protection. So yeah, that's definitely vanilla too. So very cool display with that. I like the consoles. So these must be, I thought these were RE2 consoles, but I guess they're vanilla consoles, aren't they? So that's cool. And then over here we got our main shield and our gravity generator. So yeah, just the full functioning space station. You got a landing pad on top. You can grow some food. You can do some production stuff. And nice roomy environment with solar power. So yeah, very, very cool build. Definitely like that. Cool station. I know it should be in space and not like hanging above the desert here, but it does look pretty cool this way too. I'm just saying. All right. All right. Stats here. Unlock level 20, size class 4. Got 14 fuel tanks, 12 oxygen tanks. Does have quite a lot of defense on here with missile turrets and plasma turrets. 4-hour and 14-minute build time. Going to use some nutrient solution for those grow plots, but other than that, pretty baseline resources needed. Yeah. CPU wise, sitting at 310,000 CPU. Now, keep in mind, this is probably not perfect for, well, I don't know. It's actually working just fine in RE2, but I believe this is vanilla. I'm sure it would balance out just fine in vanilla. It's got a lot of extra over here, and it obviously works with Reforged and 2 as well, so that's great. Let me sort this real quick. Let me see how the core configuration was done. So, yeah, this is also a bit confusing on the differences between vanilla and Reforged Eden. I'm sure this is working out, but what I see here, from what I know, well, I kind of know this, but if you have, like, with vanilla CPU tiers listed right over here, if you have your main core, you're tier 1. If you add in a single basic CPU core, you're tier 2. If you remove that basic CPU core block and add 2 improved CPU core blocks, you'll be at tier 3. If you remove the tier 3 improved CPU blocks and add 4 advanced CPU tier blocks, you're at tier 4. But basically what I'm saying is the only ones in here that are really probably counting, as far as I know, again, it gets a little confusing here. I got to check this out. I would have to check it out in vanilla. But I think this core here is the only one that's actually being used, and these others don't need to be in the build. However, if this was also intended for Reforged Eden 2, they kind of would need to be in the build to balance that CPU off. So, not that there's no problem here. I'm just trying to state out things in case you're new to the game and you don't know all the ins and outs of that stuff. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's see what you got for storage. So we have our all our labeled storage. We got our inputs and outputs for the constructor and deconstructor. Looks like 327K on that one, another 327, and a 40K on the deconstructor input. And then we've furnace. Did I miss the furnaces? Oh, it probably does have furnaces. So 323K on furnace input and output. Fridge input. Okay, so that's a regular box there. I missed a furnace thing. I did not see a furnace when I was cruising this. Where is that? Is there another deck or something that I'm just not seeing? Okay, we got storage down in here. It's probably right in front of me and I'm blind. You're probably screaming at the screen right now. It's not that big though, but it does have the input for it. Maybe there's there's room to add furnaces and stuff too. So yeah, there it is. There it is. Oh, two furnaces. And there's our inputs and outputs. Okay. Or extra storage as well. That's cool. That's cool. Sorry I missed that on the first run through. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That was that's another nice function of a base for sure. All right. So other than that, very, very cool station. Looks like it would work well. Interesting farm grow plot setup I'm sure it has a purpose done that way. And again, this is the Effective Base RV2 by Author Rec. Very, very cool build. Power you off a second. Okay, so on to the last build that was screwed up last week here. Get this powered up. Now we are going to get into the combat CV origin of things. This is the MKL Typhoon RE2 by Micah Lombra. And this is a definitely, certainly looks like a combat CV. Pretty cool too. Kind of mean looking on the front here. It's got kind of like red Terminator eyes going on. I did notice that. It does have mixed hull materials for its how it's set up. Oh, let me get to that. Yeah, so combat steel, or maybe it didn't. Yeah, it does. It does. Well, yeah, definitely mixed hull materials on this one. A lot of combat steel up in the front, which makes a lot of sense. We've got a really cool LCD over here on the side with the skull and crossbones. Got some big old guns in here. I think we're dealing with some main plasma batteries here. Yep. Now you got 4 on this side, and I matched on the other side, so 8 of those total. Cool looking thruster block work there. I like that vent look in front of the thruster. Also got a launcher there. And as you can see too, with the way the weapons are set up, they're all going to have a good line of sight over whatever's in front of them due to the way the ship was built and the tiered levels that the turrets are all on, which is really, really cool. And then, of course, these are tucked back from the front of the ship as well to keep them more protected. And that would be your primary weapon, which is pretty cool. So, also, since it's combat CV, I did want to pop through the front end here to check out our armor and defenses here. So we got some red lights in here. Look at this. The author even stylized the inside area that you can't even like go to, which is great. That's cool. I like to see that. So we got some like traditional leg shot blocks in here. This whole area is pretty solid. It's pretty interesting too. The author used this particular block for a lot of the block plating around here. Now, there's pros and cons to this. The pro is when it does take damage, it looks really cool. It looks like there's an under hull in there that's being revealed, and it just looks neat. The only side effect really would be probably a little bit less hit points on the individual blocks. And if you're concerned about the size class of your build, this would make the size class higher by having those blocks in there. Anything that's not a solid area will add to the size class, basically. But it's cool. I dig how the author did that. And oh my god, I guess yeah, the bottom side here is got a bunch of guns and a bunch more places for guns as well. Oh, cool looking texture light setup going on in the underhull here too. Goes with that red Terminator eye on the front there. Oh, we got some radar going on in here. Let's see what we got here. We got we got a real long range radar array, the big boy. And then over here we got our deco version of a slightly different one. More gun locations on the top hull here too. Every one of these markings here would probably be another turret location. It's already got a bunch. So yeah, this thing's really built to really screw up about everything floating around in the galaxy there. So armored fancy hangar door back over there with the blast blocks. And a landing pad back over here as well. Looks like we can see some interior in there. Nice door there. I think I'm going to, let's get on the inside here. Let me do the thing. All right, so nice spacious hangar here. Looks like we got a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of LCDs indicating part locations as well, or upgrade part locations. So we got CPU auxiliary extenders in there. And more on this side. Oh, we got built-in like teleporter setup, internal ship teleportation setup already kind of ready as well. Yeah, these look like big storage things, which is kind of cool. And then they got the individual parts in there. Got a traditional ammo box in here. What's behind this door? Oh, okay. So, yeah, basic capacitors. So, yeah, shield upgrade parts. Oh, wow, a lot of them. Yeah, big upgrade room in here. That's kind of cool. It's got like some like equipment in here too, or like some deco with some blocks to make them look like computers and stuff. That's pretty cool. Let me just see if this other side's the same. Yeah, more or less. It's got some different part installs in here. Really cool. Again, I really appreciate the author taking the time to do all that work. And cool looking LCDs, by the way, too. And we do have a 4-pack of medium shield parts up in there. And obviously the other 2 would go in the install locations there. And CPU core blocks in here. Got our main shield there. More CPU. And a big O. Is this the big O? Sometimes I have a hard time identifying the small versus the large. Got to look at the blocks. But yeah, it's 5 by 5. So yeah, the large fusion reactor. Keep in mind that large fusion reactor does give you a shield perk as well on your build. So if you're going with a pretty hardcore combat ship like what we're in now, it's a pretty good idea to have a big fusion reactor. Of course, it's going to be expensive, but it is a good idea. And look at all those storage controllers like lined up on the wall here. All right, let's take this elevator up to, wow, we're right up, oh yeah, a whole nother deck up here. We got our bridge kind of sitting back there, and obviously the bad guys would be fixated on shooting the front end of the ship. Oh, there's probably decoys in there. I sort of missed that. I got carried away with the blocks in there, but I bet you there's decoys in the front area as well. A lot of passenger seats, teleporter location, med bay over here, all the stuff. And our armor and weapon utility area, universal constructor location, deconstructor location, advanced constructor location, and even more information on part upgrades, which is really awesome. In different languages at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. The author really took the time to do all this stuff. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to go through your whole build. It already took you however long it took you to build the ship, and then you got to go through and do all the extra stuff on top of that. So, yeah, definitely cool. I definitely like to see that. And I believe there's more ship I'm missing. Or maybe... Okay, so we're right above the hangar here. You know, maybe not, because the front of this ship... Yeah, we could see some of this. But yeah, the front of this ship was like a big block of solid armor and stuff. There's probably decoys in here. It's hard to see. It's hard to see what's going on in here. Except for, yeah, this area here. So we got yellow. Was there some red back here? Yeah, there's like a red line too. It's almost to me like if you're up in the bridge and you're not exactly sure how much front end damage you have taken yet, these color-coded indicators might indicate that. So it's like you're cool as long as it's yellow. But once it gets into the red, you may want to start thinking about backing off a little bit. Oh, there's a decoy generator right there. But not quite yet. Oh, a decoy gun as well. They got a lot to shoot through to get to these parts here. Those poor bad guys in the galaxy there. All right, let's look at the numbers here. So unlock level 25, size class 11, 36 forward, 27 strafing, 54 lift, 36 reverse, 36 down, 32 fuel tanks, 12 oxygen tanks, whole bunch of sentry guns. I got the big old long range radar array, and of course our primary main plasma batteries for guns. It does have a retractable multi-turret on here. I did see that. There was one retractable turret positioned towards the back of the ship, or mid-back. 17-hour and 44-minute build time is going to need a lot of stuff. I figured that. Most, serious combat ships do need a lot of stuff. So, yeah, all that stuff. CPU set to 1.3 million. Dialed like right to that, too. And which is going to translate, it's already sorted already, translate to a Core 13, so our basic Core 9 package, and then our 4 quantum processors in there. And just want to verify the warp drive. It is the advanced 60 light year warp drive. Stock shield on here, 80,360. Obviously a lot of part upgrade locations, a lot of additional turret locations on here as well. So you could, even though you could take this higher end CPU with some aux cores and quantum cores, and if you're playing on custom servers with other cores, even more. So yeah, this looks devastating to the bad guys here, I will say. So oh, storage. Let's look at your storage. So we got a 640K for fuel. So like an extra fuel reserve there. I like how this all color coded and labeled. Yeah, we can read the numbers right here, so we don't even have to go through them all. But yeah, 640K loot. Yeah, this part is problematic right here. It's not super problematic. It's a little bit problematic though, because these, if the author put in 640K controllers for ammunition, like legit ammo controllers, it's only going to recognize up to 320K of that. And that's a Reforged Eden 2 thing. So the only type of controller you can have to 640K is your standard controller. It can't be a harvest controller, or it can't be an ammunition controller. Now they do work. Like there's no problem. This is going to function totally fine. It's just having the amount of total storage that's in it is all. Unless it's intended that these two are like combined or something like that, and it's 640K total ammunition storage. This loot one's fine though. Like the 640K loot, that's probably a standard controller. No issues there at all. And plus all these other stock ones. So everything's fine. It's just, yeah, you're limited to 320K for a specific ammunition controller and 320K for harvest controllers, which is correct on this one. So very, very cool build here. This again is the MKL Typhoon RE2 by Micah Lambra. And really, really cool, impressive, I would say pretty high-end combat CV with a lot of upgrades potential. All right, so moving on. I got to get my bearings. I got stuff all over the place today. Some stuff didn't fit quite right. All right, so now we're moving on to brand new stuff from this week. And again, I apologize to the authors on those other builds there. I had done all this last week, and again, I screwed up my video. I paused it, forgot to unpause it, and that never got recorded going through there. So here we have the Hydro Rig RE2 by Garaman. That's not the only author, though. Also, Ente and Kithrid, I believe. So 3 authors were involved in building this. Now, this is for a challenge. I just don't know if that challenge took place already. But this is up on the workshop right now. So I really, really, really wanted to check it out. But I apologize if the challenge didn't take place yet. It might have, though. I haven't been paying attention, honestly. So this is a wild, wild creation. And it's almost like beyond me on understanding of what's happening here. As this is some experimental, well, I wouldn't say experimental tech, but it is some pretty wild stuff going on in here. So, as the name suggests, Hydro Rig, it is some kind of water extractor, and I put it over water, and it had some lower pieces to that, but once I did that, and you got it turned on and stuff, it just started doing, it lowered all these things down, and started doing this whole, like it's sucking the water out of the lake here. And I will say, beyond its function, it does look very, very cool, by the way. I'm just saying, it looks really, really cool the way it was built. But I don't 100% understand its function, but I'm sure it has good function. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's probably, I believe it's taking this water and turning it into fuel, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. But that's cool. Just the way these were used too, and they all like come down. Like this wasn't here when I first spawned it. And then it's obviously running a lot of plasma turbines for power as well. I don't know if it yet has like internal generators and stuff like that in it, but really slick setup on how this thing was built and designed. I will say that. Let's try to get on the inside here a little bit. That's just cool. I don't know what to say. That's just cool. So it really does look like it's sucking water in from the lake. And it kind of is. There are some parts down here at the bottom. Let me get my thing out. Okay, so those are just blast doors. Or I thought there was. Maybe those... I thought there's like some kind of like intake something down here or something. Maybe I'm just confusing that for the blast doors, which could be the case. Oh, in fact, they're coming up from the ground. Like, oh, this one didn't open up. That's why. Hey. Oh, you don't want to open up, do you? I don't know what's going on with that, but that's fine. All right, let's take a walk in here. Yeah. Well, I guess we're not going to walk that far. Maybe I will fly. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I think this lower area here is deco. I was like looking to see if there was like something I could recognize as like certain parts in here or something like that, but not here. Maybe up here for sure though. So here we've got our big industrial water extractors going on. Got one right there. These are the important parts here. Another one on this side. Yeah, this looked really cool. To the authors that made this, now all these authors are quite experienced, by the way. But yeah, the authors that made this is like really, really cool. Like it looks pretty plausible, and looks like I might watch a documentary on something like this in real life someday. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And yeah, we do have some. And more industrial water extractors. I might be missing like a major elevator or something that goes through here too. And that goes, wow, look at all this. This is insane. I didn't realize how big it was in here. Wow. So yeah, we do have our, and these are, is that one water extractor? Or is that doubled up? Kind of looks doubled up. Is that, yeah, one there. Yeah, I think. That's two. Stacked on top of each other. So that's running, that's got to be like 8 of these water extractors in here, which does make good sense. I think that is your part limit, if there is a part limit for those. Wow, okay, so there are some staircases and balconies in here too. And we got a universal constructor. And more production equipment over here. A couple of advanced constructors. Wow. This is cool. Oh, by the way, I didn't turn down the lights either. Probably looks even neater with the light. Sorry about that. I usually always do this. Gives you that mood lighting and accents to the build. Yeah, look at this. The complexity and coolness. Like, this looks like a legit, like, industrial, futuristic factory here. Or maybe not even futuristic. I mean, but certainly looks pretty legit. We got a Pentaxa tank in here? What? Hold on, I don't even... Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, for a shield. Okay, never mind. I was thinking, wait a minute, is this a CV? Does it warp? No, it doesn't do that. It is, I'm sure, for shielding. Oh, what's that? Cool, it's painted. I don't know what it is. I think it's meant to do exactly what it's doing right now. Look cool. I think that is the whole premise here. This whole thing looks insanely cool, by the way. Just wild. Very, very detailed too. Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't see this part over here. So we got a drone bay in here too. So we got some drone defense. I didn't really check out look for like turrets and that kind of thing on here. We'll check that out in a minute. But man, this is such a cool building and the structure, the way it's set up, the way it's designed, with all the pipe work through it. That looks like legit, by the way. That is pretty slick. And look at this, like some little tanky things going into the stuff. Man, is there anything more up top here? I don't know. There's this chamber up here, which is freaking wild too. Look at that. Oh, it does have shield parts in there. Yeah, okay. Definitely explains the Pentaxa tank. And what's up on top here? Oh, just, you know, coolness. Just coolness. Love that recessed tech area kind of in between like the armor and the landing pad and all that stuff. We do have turrets out here as well. Lots of antennae. Very, very cool. All right. Well, anyway, let's take a look at this. Oh, by the way, the paint job on here is pretty slick too. Kind of a design artsy pattern going on there. They all got, yeah. That's just neat. Just really neat. A lot of cool blocks, a lot of cool angles. Just everything's cool. All right, let's look at the numbers here. So unlock level 25, size class 20. You got 20 fuel tanks, 20 oxygen. It's all about 20. We do have some retractable Gatling turrets. Didn't see those. Well, we've seen 4 turrets. Seen those. So it does actually have quite a lot of base defense, plus a drone bay. 13-hour and 6-minute build time. Going to need a couple quantum processors, kind of indicating that this may be a Core 9, or maybe those parts are used for something else. Does have a reactor core in here. Heat exchangers. CPU set to 560,000 under Core 9 for sure. So those quantum processors are not used for that. Let me sort that real quick. So we have, yeah. Oh no, it is a Core 9. Never mind. I thought it was lower than that. I had to resort it. So it is a Core 9 on how it's set up. We do have our Pentacta tank. We do have a shield on here. Actually, yeah, pretty hefty shield on here as well. 62,000 there. Storage wise, we have got looks like a lot of storage on here. Probably for the what it's producing, which again, I believe this is fuel related. And that's what the water is being used for, and some of the other stuff going on. So again, I haven't built one of these yet. I really should someday, so I can once I do it, I understand it more than just someone telling me. And someone has told me how this works before a couple of times, and it's not that complicated. But it is cool. It looks complicated. This build looks complicated with all the industrial piping and everything going on inside. It kind of reminds me more of like Factorio or Satisfactory or something like that. Really, really cool. So yeah, a lot of storage on here. A lot of sort boxes as well. So yeah, it looks good at night too. By the way, I'm just saying. Cool build. Cool build. So again, this is the Hydro Rig RE2 by Garaman, but it was also assisted with by Entei and Kithid. So yeah, extremely cool build here. Awesome work, guys. All right, so on to the next build. I think I got this one on the list here. So this is not a water extractor. However, I got it looking like it's a water extractor right now. But this is more of a space station, I think. This is the Rhapsody by author Urban, which I think is a new author. I'll have to double check that. I think that is an author I'm unfamiliar with. And there's something I've never seen before spinning around over there. Well, I've never seen before in this game, I'll say. Gyrosphere. A gyrosphere with four rings. Interesting. All right. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. So check out this cool looking station here. I think it's a station. Don't even quote me on that yet. It certainly looks like it. I'm not seeing thrusters or anything. So, yeah. So okay. So solar powered space station here. Look at the solar panel assembly here. Probably running 24. I believe that is your parts limit on solar panels in Reforged Eden 2. Which is cool. So that's all set up to park in front of a star and get some good old power going on. And then it's running like a. It's actually, this is probably like a little mini star in there, and this is a Dyson sphere going around that star, and that's probably, yeah. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think this is a real thing in the game, but whatever the author did here, I don't even know what I'm seeing. I do not know of this part or deco part. Maybe it's new. I don't know. And then I don't even know what's going on right above it either. We got a part integrated with block work, but what is that part? That's a jump beacon. Huh. That's new, to me at least. Hey guys, guess what? The game's got jump beacons now and Dyson spheres. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, I gotta say. I swear, like every time, every week, I usually see something I've never seen before, or multiple things. And this week is definitely no exception to that. This looks entirely sweet, by the way. I'm just saying. We got some catwalks up top over here. Looks like to get to some equipment. And we got some furnaces going in here. Furnace, yeah, at least 2 furnaces, 4 furnaces. Yeah, 4 furnaces. So yeah, so it's kind of like a smelting hub here. And that's pretty neat what the author did with the solar capacitors as well. It kind of like mounted them right on the backside of the actual solar panels, kind of looking like it would be like a home solar array or something like that. Just the way it's kind of connected there. Yeah. Love seeing this stuff. It's just fun. So much fun. All right. Now the top side is kind of gives me, there is that one station in one of the Star Wookiees movies where Anakin flew in and randomly blew up its core. It kind of reminds me of like a small version of that station, the way it's kind of configured, kind of like a ring around a center sphere-like object. Really cool looking, by the way. So, all right, I guess I'm on the inside right now. There's this is cool, by the way, just like the whole glass dome thing going on in here. But anyway, let's get in some of these rooms here. Now, one thing I have kind of learned too is in some cases, often you'll pretty much always see me turn down the outdoor lights when I'm going through the interior of a build. But I realize the side effects sometimes to that is sometimes some builds that have a lot of glass or things that make shadows, it kind of ruins that. So I'm trying to like be conscious of that when I do it now too. I didn't think about it before, but yeah, there are some shadow effects that can enhance the interior as well, due to glass and position of the sunlight and all that fun stuff. But anyway, okay, so over here we've got some storage and kind of cool all that's set up. Got some O2. And we got, that's pretty cool all that's done. The boxes are kind of like recessed in there with like display terminals in front of them. So we're outside here. Let's stay on this side for now. Oh, wow, look at this. It's a wild looking production area. Big ring areas. I don't think I've ever seen this done this way either. I've seen the small block, or not small block, but the block with the cylinder, you know, cut out of the middle of it, used for hallways. But this is kind of taking that a step further. Pretty cool. So we got advanced constructor, deconstructor. Looks like a couple of small constructors, or 4-pack of small constructors in there. Universal constructor. We have got a really fancy LCD over here, like listing like all the raw materials in the game. Maybe kind of looks that way, doesn't it? And then components on this side. Oh, those are cool. Nice work on the LCD, by the way, or LCDs plural. That's cool. That's cool. Look at these roundy rooms too. Oh, wait a minute. In the side rooms. Oh, look at the med bay in here. Slick use of that texture on the back of the med bay. That can look good in the right conditions, but it's hard to get it to look good in most conditions. But if it's like how it's done there, that is cool. That is cool. Yeah, so all our stuff in there. We got another room off the side here. A couple storage controllers in here. This is, no, I think this is kind of Yeah, we're just more production, I think. Yeah, we were looking at the other. I don't know. I'm getting twisted. Over here, we've got a. Is that a legit repair console there? It is. So it does have a repair base somewhere. I would assume as well. I wonder where that would be. Oh, right in the middle of the big old landing pad here. It's a good place for it. I mean that like it is a good place for it. not trying to be sarcastic there. You need a lot of room around those so you can get your ship there, so you can repair it. And then we got our center dome structure here. Again, very cool looking. A lot of storage controllers kind of meet up in here, but it is also kind of asymmetrically done too. There are differences on either side here. And then on this side, was this the side I was at already? I don't know. No, I feel like I'm lost. I know it's not that big, but I still feel lost. Let me just compare it to the other side. So this side over here is different. I think I might have already been through that side. So let's go through this side. So over here, we've got our mess hall cafeteria. Looks really, really sweet, like the rest of the station as well. And, oh, maybe, I don't know. This whole circular thing. It's pretty wild. Wow, what's this? This is a built-in, like, teleporter thing here. But, man, it looks like it means business. I will say, what a cool looking chamber for that. And our fancy, I got to have the corner couch and the HDTV and the plants. I get it. Very nice. And you got to have some towels and stuff too, and fridges. And then, okay, so we're back outside over here again. This whole place is a trip. It really is. I feel like I'm missing something because I got myself all confused walking through here. But so okay, so production side, cafeteria side over here, well, and other stuff. And then we got our central dome structure here. And down in here, let me just see if there's anything sneaky in here. Oh, there is. Okay. I didn't catch this elevator before, so that is here. Oh, man, this is one of them Gearman specials here, isn't it? Hey, Gearman, if you're listening, it's because you built that vertical farm. Is why I said that. High-tech vertical farm. So, yeah, these kind of look like they are designed to use the RE2 3x3 grow plot fixtures in here and display them vertically throughout this section over here. So, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Good way to get a lot of grow plots in a pretty small space. And they even got their like built-in oxygen tanks right in there with them. Oh, wow. Vertical farm. So, yeah, it does. I missed that. Hold on. I better check the other side here, too. And more on this side. Yes. Okay. So, it's hard to exactly figure out how many grow plots you're going to get in here, but quite a lot more than you think you would. Bet you it's exceeding 100 easily on the number of like standard grow plots you can fit in there. So all right, very, very cool station, innovative as well. Oh, and it had upgrade markers. God darn it! So I didn't check this one, and this one has the upgrade markers. Well, I really need to check that every time first, I guess. There are some builds that do, most don't, but some do. And again, I don't know what the heck's going on right there, but we're going to look at it and see what that part identifies as. Well, it doesn't. So, it's an it. All right, let's look at the numbers. So, unlock level 25, size class 7. Got no fuel tanks, 32 oxygen tanks. This thing, considering it doesn't have fuel tanks, which probably doesn't have a generator, it has not given me any power issues, which is pretty interesting. Probably because it's got, you know, a miniature star surrounded by a Dyson sphere around it. No, I don't think so, but who knows? 5 hour and 56 minute build time. Does have some communication equipment, which kind of usually leads to a radar of some origin. CPU set to 310,000 using 272,000, which is going to translate to a Core 6. So 2 basic, 2 improved, and 1 advanced core only. It does not have a shield on board, which is fine. Oh, hold on. Yeah, furnaces. So we do have a lot of P menu options in here too for food processors, furnaces, deconstructors, and constructors. Basically power management plus a shield option. So it kind of looks like there's probably, if I went through here again, there's upgrade markers stating where those parts go. If you did want to add a shield to it, looks like it's kind of ready for it. So yeah, very, very cool build. Really, unique and technical again, the way it's set up here. Very, very cool. So again, this is the Rhapsody by Urban, or E-R-B-H-A-N, the author name on this. Very, very cool build. All right, so next we've got to go to the Stargate verse here. Where did I put that? I think you are it, aren't you? Let me, I did things weird today. I'm sorry. I usually like put everything in a line, but I kind of went in a circle, and then yeah, that's not it. Hold on. Okay, that it was supposed to be in like a circle. Oh, here you are. You're the little guy over here. All right, so here is the Stargate AC-301 gunship by Practoris 428, and cool looking. Gosh, this no, that looks like a CV actually. I was gonna say SV. Maybe is it? Oh, it is an SV. Never mind, it is an SV. It's hard to tell sometimes when you don't have something like right next to it to compare. But yeah, no, this actually is a SV. I better be right. I hope I'm right. And a very cool looking one here, by the way, too. Just checking out the color scheme on here is slick, actually. Kind of using like some earth tones, kind of browns and beiges and things like that. And in a more Stargate-like color scheme. And yeah, cool looking, interesting thruster setup there, using some wing parts in there. Oh, I should have known right from the wings. And our main forward thruster here. Oh, centered setup here. See, we got some cool looking effects over on the sides there. This is a cool looking SV. Do have some turrets on here. It doesn't look like it would be like necessarily heavy combat, at least how it's outfitted at the moment. However, I'm seeing like some spots in here that look like they would be launcher mount points. Oh, wait. Just wanted to check P menu, see if there's any upgrade markers or any of that. And even over here, that's cool looking too. I like how that was done up. Got a down thrust right in there. For the most part, I mean, this thruster is pretty big, but the rest of the thrusters on here are not that big. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of expensive things, at least on the outside. So I would actually say this isn't super high in CPU, but SCBs typically deceive me a lot on what their CPU ends up being, despite what they have on them. So, all right. Let's get aboard here. Let me do the lights. Oops. All right, so cool looking cockpit area here. A couple passenger seats on there. I like the staggered floor height in here. That's cool. That was done. Got all kinds of fancy stuff around here. Cool looking glasswork on the front. And moving to the back, obviously side entry. And then we got O2. We got a box there. Another box, a couple of storage controllers. Oh, do we got a back room? Oh, yes, we do. And then in here we got our food processor. A couple fridges there. Trauma station. Clone chamber. Constructor. And we definitely have more room in here, too, for Additional upgrade parts. Our Pentax tank right back in there. Now, I'm not seeing yet. Well, we'll look at the stats. I'm not seeing a warp drive or a shield, at least visible right now. It could have those, but we'll look at the stats to figure that out. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Like the interior, nice and clean. Got a lot of stuff in it. Utility stuff and whatnot. Cool looking bedding, by the way, built into the wall there as well. And yeah. This area does certainly look like a place that maybe a warp drive or a shield or both would fit. So, but I don't know. Maybe it already does have those hidden away somewhere, which is always possible. I think it's big enough to maybe do that. But yeah, very, very cool looking build here. All right, let's take a look at the numbers here. I will check on the warp drive and stuff too. Size or unlock level 20, size class 2, 34 fuel tanks, 16 oxygen tanks. It got some 6 Gatling turrets on there. It does have a detector. 1 hour and 52-minute build time. 64, 26 strafing. Did I say that already? I think I did. CPU set to 21,000 using 20,000. And translate here to kind of looking like a Core 7. So 2 basic, 2 improved, 2 advanced CPU cores. Does have a warp drive. Standard SV jump drive, I do believe. And it does have a shield. Standard or shield hit point 6,085. So it already has both warp drive and shield installed. So I didn't see them, but they're in here somewhere. Some of this stuff could be in kind of like some of these back areas, maybe. It's entirely possible I'm just blind too. Oh wait, there's a warp drive right there. Oh, it is kind of, oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, see, it's kind of like right above the Pentax tank there. Oh, and you can kind of see it right through that little ring light hole there. Okay, very cool. Very cool how that was set up too. Let's check out your storage. You got an ammo controller at 25K. Again, that's pretty big for an SV. Main cargo at 25K. Got a harvest bay on here at about 6,500. And some other miscellaneous sort boxes, all nicely color coded. Yeah, very cool SV. Not like out of the range affordable either, and not even close. So yeah, that's cool. Moves pretty good. Yeah, very nice. And I do like the color scheme on here too. Very, very, very cool. So this is the Stargate AC-301 gunship by Practoris 428. Very nice. Very nice build. All right, so we are moving on to this guy over here, which is the Wayfarer by Barefoot and Hillbilly. And I do believe this is a big SV. Pretty interesting one too. It's you got like your baseline ship here, but it's got like this huge cargo asymmetrically placed like box that is going to transport around. It's got like these cool looking clamps. Oh yeah, those are some cool looking clamps, by the way. That looks like pretty real. Holding this on there, it looks like you would like set the box in there, and these would clamp it down to hold it down when you're doing space flight. Another this is probably a Star Wookiee build. Yeah, you see, those kind of look like W's, so that's all about the Wookiee. Is that a song? Oh, never mind. I kind of like that. That's fun. All about the Wookiee. Yes. So on the front here, we've got some make-believe stuff. I'm just kidding. We got a cool looking radar dish over here. And we got a zapper. And we got a place to put a real zapper. A blaster. Not a zapper. Blaster, I think would be a better term. A blaster. We got the door. Wow, look at that circular setup there. That's wild. I feel like I'm gonna enter a ride at an amusement park. This is cool though. I really dig this. This is a pretty unique looking build, I will say. I don't think I've ever seen an SV, even by this author, by Barefoot. look anything really quite like this one. And look at that, but it all kind of goes more uniform off the back and kind of looks like a extra wide body Falcon here, which is really, really cool as well. Oh, and this is, oh, this whole big storage looking thing here. That is big too. Looks, yeah, it's like a, hey guys, you guys need a hanger? Let me bring one to you. And it's like, yeah, here you are. Where you want it? No, that's just cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that is cool looking stuff. I love seeing this. And I know Barefoot does this on a lot of builds, and it looks cool every time. You got the little red lights here, by the way. But yeah, just the like smooth armored hull, and then you've got like some cutouts with all like the techie stuff going on the inside. Really cool look. All right, I'm kind of excited to take a walk on the inside because I have no idea what to expect here. Well, I kind of do. I have seen a lot of other Barefoot builds, but this is just, that's a trip over here on the side. I don't want to start there though. I'm gonna try to get into the main ship first, and then go over to the other part. So I'm not sure if I can. I'm kind of like looking around for a doorway. I feel I'm missing something. Maybe I will go on the other side. Okay, let's start there. There's probably another way in and out. I didn't see it. All right. So, uh-oh. Jump up here. Let me do the light thing. All right. So this is just like a big old cargo thing / hangar in here with a like a mall like escalator here. No, it's just, that's a cool looking staircase. I'm just saying, it does kind of look like, you know, if you were at a shopping mall and never mind. And look at these interesting looking storage controller pieces here. I don't even know those are cool. I like that. And they got the controller in there, different colors. Some cool looking space boxes here. And they're actually like legit. They actually kind of look like there's different size controllers in here. Let's see if that's the case. So this one's 33K, and that's a 3-stack. Let's go to a 2-stack. And this one is 22K. Yeah, I think that is the case. Let me guess. You're smaller. Yes, you are. Really cool. Look at all the room. This is an SV, by the way, guys. I don't feel like I'm walking around in an SV right now. I really don't. I feel like this is a CV, and I'm walking through a CV. We got an airlock going that way. I got to take this really cool staircase, well, ramp over here. Oh, wow, look at this thing. Again, man, I so feel like I'm on a CV right now, just by its size. So over here, we've got a, that's cool looking. Fancy terminal here, built-in bedding. Some boxes. Yeah, very nice. Commons. Oh, what was I in? Storage room. Loadmaster. Oh, that's where the Loadmaster goes. Got to have a Loadmaster. I mean, you got to have it. Honestly, I have no idea what that means. Master of loads. Yes, master of loads. Oh wow, we got like a old school turret here. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even notice this from the. Is this? This is wild. Yep, it's all part of the loading bay. That does make sense. And feel safe that we have our Loadmaster. Oh, wow, look at all these people. They sit like sardines in here, don't they? I'm sorry, I'm just going to lose my mind. This is really cool, by the way. I love the cup on, or the like the big, tall like cup on the table here, and that table looks killer. I just like looking at the density of those chairs there. Like, wow, you guys are really buddies, aren't you? Wow, we got, yeah, okay, so we got our people that are control masters. We got all the control masters over here. I'm sure that, you know, that whole load master, I'm sure that's an actual term in the franchise. I'm just being stupid. But it is a lot of fun to be stupid sometimes. Look at this cool looking cooking arrangement over here. Very nice, very nice. Oh, we got the trauma station med bay with you put your meds in the boxes and it fixes you. We've got engineering in here. Wow, this is a SV, guys. Again, I do not feel like I'm walking around at all on an SV right now. I'm kind of curious on what this size class is too. So we got a shield and we got our protection tank in here. Alex, that's cool too. Look at the cords and stuff going to it. Very nice. Generator there. Oh, by the way, need not to say, there's a lot of room for upgrades and stuff in this build. There's a lot of places to put stuff. And we do have CPU cores kind of in this area here. But, I mean, if you run out of room to add any more, well, you're just out of luck. I'd say throw in the towel at this point. We got the head, too. Oh. Is that what these are called? So we got the we got our facility in here. Is that a little, what is that? Is that a little dinky? I don't know. Recycling bin. That's got to be recycling bin. No, again, Barefoot, and if you're watching this, I'm just being really ridiculous. Oh, here's our first head. Oh man, might be in a dilemma if you got to do a head 1 and 2 at the same time. Oh my goodness, oh crap, I feel like I'm just losing my sanity right now, but it's all right, it's all right. I'll come back to life here soon. But this is fun, guys. I'm just having fun again. All right, and yeah, we've been in the loading bay. All right, so there's more ship over this way. Yes, there is. There is the forward, and there is, yeah, our heads, and then we got our the air. That looks really cool. O2 and armor locker right in there. Very nice. Let's go forward. Stuff in the floor there. Oh, look at this. Oh, cool looking storage room. Oh, I like the block built shelving system in here. Armor locker there. Oops, I screwed that up. That's my bad. Oh, yeah, we got another. We got head 3. Another one of these fancy. I like these tabletop surfaces. Yeah, I've seen furniture in stores and stuff that does look a lot like that. And I've got to have the 3D holographic planet up there. Another like a crew room. Got the Barefoot Industries LLC going on here. And a killer looking constructor mount point there. That is cool looking. Hey, yeah, it's amazing what you know, with block existing parts, what you can do with them, and like form enclosures for everything. It looks really cool. This is actually, these are actually speakers. This is actually a controller stereo system there, I think. Ah, this is where the captain goes. Oh, this was, okay, we already been in here. This is the captain's room. It's not just a storage room. But the captain, you know, they got their own private bathroom and stuff like that. And their own storage controller. This is where all the troopers go. And we got some more bedding with their own storage controllers in here. Bunk beds. Star Wookiee style. Very nice. And we got the crew 1. And more, more Star Wookiee bunk beds here. Very nice. And we're going up into the bridge. Oh my God. Oh, look at this thing. Kind of looks like an armored fortress here. This is cool looking though. I like that. We got Wi-Fi right in the middle. We got all our little buttons and switches and dials. And a couple passenger seats. Of course, the dual pilot seat set up here. Wookiees do prefer that. Just saying. And I think that's all of it. But oh my God, I mean, come on. If you just watch me walk around this for a while with zero context, and I guess knowledge of the size of blocks in the game, but once you think this was a CV, all right. Anyway, oh wow, and we got some extra room up in here too. Holy smokes, man! This thing is ginormous. If you look at it, kind of like flying through the hole here a little bit, man, this is crazy. That's a cool looking bridge, by the way, over there too. All right. Anyway, let's look at the numbers. So unlock level 25, size class 19, 27 forward, 20 strafing, 32 lift, 27 reverse, and 22 down, 60 fuel tanks, 218 oxygen tanks. My goodness, you can breathe. Just breathe well. Enjoy your air. Oh, by the way, in real life, the air quality where I live right now is beyond hazardous, and I can't even go outside. By the way, I'm just saying. This is a little side note. Pretty rare. Never happened before in my lifetime. And it's all due to wildfire smoke. And we don't have any fires in the state. All right, so we're running 50 quantum processors, 4 small auxiliary CPU cores. We do have a reactor core in here. CPU set to 50,000, using 49,712. And that is going to translate to, I believe, your max core limit here with the SV at core 17. The warp drive on here, standard SV jump drive, I do believe. And we do have, wow, this is a SV, but it's rocking a 38K, well, almost 39K shield on it. So that's almost like, again, like almost like looking at CB shield capacities going on here. You have a spotlight P menu option and storage. So we got an ore container. Oh, that's actually a pretty big controller there. Main controller. Wow. Yeah, okay. So that's way up there. I think 64K, it maxes out what the largest SV controller can be. So if this were a CV, it would translate to a 600K controller here. Another one. We got our fridges. I think a lot of these are probably going to be boxes. Oh, no, they're not. What are all these? Oh, my goodness. And then we got, what, 10? Actually, this would actually be 11. 11 more controllers. They might be fluctuating in size, and they are. But some of them are pretty darn big. A 22K one right there. They're all pretty big, actually. None of these are dinky little SV controllers. They're all big. And oh, yeah, of course, we got the ammo. Jeez, 22K on ammo on here, too. Yeah, this thing is meant to, like, literally, I think, play the game, not using a CV. Like, you're using this SV for your game function here. And it's almost like, again, it feels a lot like a CV due to its size and whatnot. And yeah, just wild. Just wild. I didn't see this before because I don't think I went to this side over here, but yeah, okay. Oh, okay. We were on the inside right here. That's where that turret was. Double turret. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Well, again, this is the Wayfarer by Barefoot and Hillbilly. Really wild build. Very, very cool. Again, I honestly say I've never seen anything even remotely close to this in all my looking at all the builds on the workshop over a lot of years. So very, very cool. And definitely score some high points with originality as well. All right, so on to the next build. We have the Solar Outpost 2 by JLGPHOENIX. JLG Phoenix. JLG Phoenix. Okay, there is Phoenix in there. So JLG Phoenix, I don't know how else to say that, honestly. But hopefully that's close. If I got it wrong, I apologize. So here we have a... what do we have here? This is a base. Solar outpost. Yeah, definitely a base. Okay, so again, so we got like a space station base. It kind of, just the way the front end looked, I know the big old solar panels are there, but it kind of does look like a little bit like it could be like a CV with like a bridge right there, but I don't think that's the case. Solar capacitors up in there. Oh, wow. Look at the top side of this. That's pretty wild. That's using all the heavy glass, but kind of like a pretty interesting design pattern going throughout all of that. It almost looks like some kind of like walking surface or something like that. Like might see in like you know, in a auto mechanic shop or something. A little different, but yeah, very, very interesting. It's cool. I don't think I've seen that done before either. And look at this thing. This thing is like a great big old hefty base. Got a couple of hangers in there. All kinds of stuff we're seeing on the windows on the inside. The glass is different on these side windows. And there's a lot of them. Oh, wow. Look at all look at Constructor Alley in there. Well, yeah, a lot of glass on here, actually. I didn't realize how much glass is actually on here. This one may be a really good one to try to keep the lights a little brighter on the way through to get the shadow effect, basically. All right. Yeah, very cool. Looks, yeah, it's kind of like the name suggests, you know, solar outpost. Yeah, like a solar base. Definitely, of course, I believe it's meant to be in space, in front of a star. Well, yeah, very cool. A lot of room in there. All right, so let's take a walk on the inside here. Let me park here. Yeah, I was debating whether or not I should adjust the lights or not, but I really wanted to see the shadows presented by the glass up top, which you can kind of see them moving through a little bit there. Yeah, that's cool. Kind of a way to make like some new kind of texture surface with light. A lot of windows in here, a lot of open space in here. Well, no, I'm in a hangar. Never mind. There's a good reason why there's a lot of room in here. It's meant to park stuff. Who would have ever guessed? Yep, double hangar set up here. So this whole top floor is pretty much just a big old hangar. And yeah, good size hangar too. Does this? Ah, there we are. Got an oxygen storage room in here. There's an elevator. So that kind of just loops around. Was there an elevator up front here too? There's a door. Oh, the main core right there. And okay, so up. I just want to see. Oh no, up goes up. So here we are, kind of like at the, I don't know, the bridge of the build here, and a lot of utility in here, like all the utility. So we got our armor weapon stuff in there. I'm not seeing a. This could be for the. This could be for vanilla. I'm not seeing the weapon locker. See the armor locker, but the weapon locker is specific to Reforged Eden 2. I'm seeing a base teleporter, and our whole med bay over here with the shower, all the stuff. Got the ATM up in there. We got the clone chamber again too. Yep. Okay, so let's go down a deck, and that's just going to get us to our gravity generator. Wait a minute, there's more. It must be. Let me go back out this way a little bit. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I knew there was more. I was just, I thought it was connecting there, but no, we got a big old staircase right here. Or actually a ramp. And Holy Farm. Oh. Look at the paint scheme in here. As soon as I seen this, the colors, I thought of Super Mario Brothers. Like, you know, the old 2D side scroller versions, and they had the background with and you had the green pipes in front of you and stuff. That's really cool. That is just a neat visual effect that's going on in the farm here. It kind of makes you feel like you're like outside in a nice place here. And we've got, and all these are kind of looking like the sun a little bit, which is, yeah, really, really cool. This is a impressive sized farm over here. A lot of grow plots in the mix. And just the way the area was painted around it. That's pretty cool. And I got to say, I think this is another original idea. I don't think I've seen that before either. I thought about it. There's a couple points in time when I actually purposely was going to try to do some non-functional build of some kind of like Mario Brother theme. And I was going to like do something like that for like a background sky. I never did do it, but I thought about it, and it just kind of really reminded me of that. So that is cool. That is very interesting and cool. So we got food processor alley over here. And we got a lot of fridges too. So yeah, definitely. Well, it's a good sized grow plot. So you got to have room to put stuff, grow all your foods, and even more food processors and more fridges. It's probably probably power switch obviously turned on. It's that group of food processors. Same on this side over here. What do we got back in here? It looks like, okay, so these things are storage controllers. Oh, they are. That's an interesting way to go about that. Kind of like their own, like big fancy space age looking boxes there. And there's a bunch of them. And then on this side, we get to, we've seen this from the outside, but constructor alley here. And deconstructor. And power switches for them. And what do we got in the corner room here? Oh, got to have the furnace. Yes, we do. We've got the furnace in there. Very cool. Well, that texture's pretty wild looking too, the way it's colored. Let's just say, yeah, like a ceramic tile texture, but again, it looks pretty cool. You know, some of those textures that you kind of, like, at least I'll rule out as in, like, using them. You know, in the right color, sometimes a lot of those can actually be pretty cool looking. And I do like ceramic tile. It's just that it normally doesn't fit super wonderful for, like, futuristic spaceships, but it can. Yeah, that's cool. A lot of places to sit down and chill and eat too. Hold on. We got a side ramp over here. Oh, I got it. Yep, you got to have the bedroom. Crew bedroom here. Farming people. So yeah, again, really, really cool. Some original ideas in here, definitely. Like to see that. A very roomy build. Usually when you're dealing with like a big rectangle, you will get a lot of room in there. The way it's kind of set up here too. Nah, I don't know. It kind of it does look like if you a little bit like a motor home kind of thing. A little bit like if you're towing it with a truck or something like that. But anyway, very, very, very cool. Let's take a look at the numbers. Unlock level 15, size class 8. Got 12 oxygen tanks, 3 fuel tanks. Doesn't do the shooty stuff, which is fine. Man, I don't feel like adding up the... I wish it would just tell me how many grow plots are in it. But basically, that doesn't make sense either. It's using a lot of plant fiber. Okay, nutrient solutions. So if you divide this in half, that's the number of grow plots you have. So about 162, I think, grow plots. And let me sort that, just make sure it's right. And it is only a core 2. So it's just the main core and a single basic CPU core in here. Solar setup on here, a lot of solar capacity. That's great. Those are basically like solar batteries, and it looks like it's hitting the yeah, a lot of solar panels. Is this about 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is probably vanilla. It's probably a vanilla build right here. 15 solar panels again. I don't think most people would add 15 specific solar panels to the build unless it was vanilla. I think that might be it's a theory. I don't know if it's right, but I think that's a theory. But anyway, very, very cool solar based space station here that can do a lot of production. Oh, wait. I didn't look at the storage. So, okay, so we got a lot of storage controllers in here. I'm going to see if they're going to be, they're going to fluctuate. 272s. One was 184 there. And we got this one at 320. 272. Yeah, so a good amount of storage on here. Lots of them. Most of them are 272s. There's a couple exceptions there, but I think a good amount of storage for sure. All right, again, this is the Solar Outpost 2 by JLG Phoenix. Very, very cool. And I believe we're at the last build. Now, there's still more I could have done, but I had to cut it off at some point in time on the video because I already had to catch up from last week. But, yeah, there's more that could always be shown. But last build of the day here, at least, is the RE2 Peacemaker by Captain Spaulding. And, yeah, okay, so right off the gates, I already kind of would identify this as a combat CV. Yeah, those, man, that looks unique, the way that's going on. Those, these are, I do believe, are some big launcher weapons, but just the way they're presented here looks pretty unique. Yeah, so those are some positron blaster cannons, and there's a bunch of them in here. I don't know if that's just one or that's two, like one on top of another. I'm unfamiliar with that gun. And we got we do have a bridge up here. I don't know if it's going to be the only bridge or not, but we do have a bridge there. And it's kind of more of a bit of a fork design kind of on the front here. And we've got rows of turrets here going across the top and then also down the sides here. Oh, I like the lights in there too. We are on, right? No, we're not. I apologize. That's better. Yeah, and they kind of light up too. I would say at night. Cool looking, like vent block structure in there. Pretty dark ship though. Again, it's all about making peace. Peace with everyone else. Wow. Yeah, look at this. The thruster assembly here. This is pretty unique looking. I like the red outlines going on there. Oh, look at that. Big landing pad up in there too. But it looks like most of our weaponry is on the front, but it does have some additional like drone defense and stuff like that in the back area. And I got to investigate these a little bit more in here. Okay, so that is just a big... okay, so there's real thrusters back in here. But, yeah, they just look like extra big thruster housings in there, kind of behind the grate. That's a cool idea. Big old round cutouts for it. And, of course, because this... I believe this is a combat CV. Oh, entry point right there. I will check out... Oh, is that real? I bet you it's real. It is real. Real long-range radar array there. Now, I did kind of want to check out the... to see if it does have some armor defenses and stuff in here. I don't think it necessarily does, just by the layout of where the bridge is and stuff. Let me see what the hull material is. So combat steel. Looks like, yeah, we're going to probably fluctuate here. Or, okay, yeah, and then we're down into steel. So, yeah, the front is definitely built of strong blocks and stuff like that in there. But as in the other stuff, I don't think so, unless I missed it. Let me just fly in here one more time. See if there's any like snazzy little decoys and stuff. I don't think so. Okay, that's fine. All right, well, let's get aboard here. I think since I actually found this door, you know me and doors, I'm actually gonna use it. because it's there. All right, so let me see, adjust the lights here a little bit. All right, so we got some ammo. I found, yeah, I've had the same issue before too. When you try to put decals over certain textures, that this texture specifically, it has a way of like, depending on which angle you look at it, it kind of like hides what the decal or the letter is on it. I ran into that problem before myself. I wanted to use that for some backing textures to display some decals and stuff, and it was like being a jerk. So nice big wide open room in here, a big old boarding ramp. Let's go forward here. Let's probably get us up into the bridge. Are we not on? I thought we were on. Oh, son of a gun. There we are. Oh, this probably looks a whole lot different now, doesn't it? I must have not filled it up. I turned it on earlier, but it turned off and I missed it. So let's take a look at that again. I apologize. And now you can see the letters much better with the light. Okay, so let's go this way. So up in here, we got some utility, our armor locker and weapon locker and armor repair, O2. I'll go forward first and we'll loop back. Oh, and this is up into the bridge. Wow, that's kind of cool how different the bridge looks. Like color scheme and stuff versus the other stuff in there. So yeah, we got our main pilot seat and a couple fancy passenger seats here with their own PC. And we got looks like our full medical bay in here. A lot of room in there, and it looks like they even, or they might even train medical students here. This is great. We got, yeah, all the specialized parts in there. Wow, look at that. We got wallpaper. Look at that wallpaper. So yeah, big old like chill out room here. Oh, bedroom too, and you got the couch and chairs and TV, and you got it all in here. Oh, you got to have the bathroom with that's some pretty crazy wallpaper you got going on in there. Very like 70s. Or maybe not, I don't know. I don't think so. But although wallpaper, or at least where I live, was pretty common and popular in the 70s, and they did like some different colors in there too, like lime green and stuff. We got the big old plasma turbines. Looks like a 4-pack of them. Plus we've got a bunch of shield parts in here too. So if this is doubled on the other side, then we'd have our 8 small shield parts. We got medium shield parts. Looks like a 3-pack right there. So this is going to have a power assist from those turbines. Main shield right in the middle. We got a opening on the floor here. That's cool. Okay, so I think that stops there. So let's get back to the front and then try to go down or back into the ship here. Or maybe did I see this? Yeah, this is the ammo. I feel like I'm missing a deck in here, but maybe that's incorrect. Let's go this way. Okay, so this looks more like engineering back over here. Okay, that's where I was right above, so we're just looking down into this room now. So we got the big shields going on in here too, and we got the medium plasma turbines. And the main shield, warp drive. Yeah, this thing's got a lot of shield going on. I think it's hitting them all. Well, yeah, I did have the medium shields. We got the large shields down here. I did have the small shields. So yeah, I think this thing's really gonna hit it with the shields. And what do we got in here? CPU cores, gravity generator in there too. Nice heavy glass area around that. Oh, and that's okay, so you don't walk in the back. Okay. So yeah, very, very cool. I think that's it. Let me just buzz around just a bit here. See if I missed something back over here. I don't think so. Yeah, that's pretty much the back of the ship. Yeah, where all the shields are. All right, well, let's look at some numbers here. Unlock level 25, size class 6, 107 forward, 53 strafing, 65 lift, 27 reverse, 38 down. Got 18 fuel tanks, 24 oxygen tanks. Quite a lot of weaponry on here. The biggest guns, I think, are those big ones we were looking at on the outside there, which were the positron heavy cannons, or positron blaster cannons, heavy, and 8 of those. 18-hour and 14-minute build time. It does require 124 quantum processors in there. Again, when you get into the high-end shielding combat stuff, obviously a reactor in here as well. It will need more of those kinds of parts. CPU on this is set. It's up there. It's chilling at 1.8 million. Wow, you can get the CPU that high. It's balanced. I mean, the CPU is balanced. I just looked at this top number and I didn't know you could go that high with it. But it is. And it's yeah, it's got some extra CPU left over too. At using 1.5 million on the CPU. This is going to translate to, again, a Core 17. Oh, I was kind of curious because Core 17 normally doesn't add up to that number, and I was kind of wondering how it was done, and it looks like it's this part right here, which I've never seen before in a build. Quantum, well, I have seen quantum cores, but I'm talking about like these. This is something else. So that, yeah, it threw me for a little bit of a loop. It's like a replacement for the main core, I think. Interesting. And this has got to add some CPU, doesn't it? Yeah, 250,000. Does have standard warp drive, so it does have the 30 light year warp drive in it. Stock shield on here, 141,078. Storage on here. We've got a looks like 2 ammo controllers. Looks like 103K each. And we got another storage controller for 416K. And then beyond that, a couple sort boxes, and of course our Pentaxi tank and fridge in there. So yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, cool, interesting combat ship, way it's set up and done and everything like that. And very nice. Hold on, one last little thing I didn't see. Yeah, all from the landing pad. There was an entry door. Okay, just at the top of the elevator. And this will get us right back into the nitty gritties here. Okay, so very, very cool. So again, this is the RE2 Peacemaker by Captain Spaulding. And that is everything for this week. I want to show you what I've been working on, which is chilling out in the sky over there. But I don't know if I should do it on this video, but I don't really have time to make another video. So I'm going to do it right now. Anyway, I'll try to be quick about this. I'm taking the existing Skaar Slagworks station, and when I was building it, I did make reference that I wanted to turn this into a POI at some point, and also add like another whole like section to the space station with a commercial district. So that's kind of what I've been working on a little bit here. So, well, quite a bit actually. So, like for instance, this is the existing station, which is all built around like usable in game with production and farming and that kind of thing. A lot of parking spots and solar, and then and module bays. And then I've been building out this whole pretty. Here, let me get the lights better. This whole new section to it, which is taking a little bit of time. This new section is actually going to be fairly good sized compared to even the other side of the station. Should have a lot more interior space to it. And I'm trying to really build it chaotically on purpose, using a lot of different big shapes in different places and just doing it all asymmetrically. I know it's like the dome over here looks a little symmetrical, and it is, but it actually wasn't built with any symmetry, and everything else is kind of different here. But essentially, there's two objectives to this whole build. I'm not finished at all with this chunk over here. This is I got to do more walls and stuff to get the rest of the outer hull done. You kind of see how it's coming along so far here. Just doing a lot of weird stuff, and to save myself a huge monotonous texturing job later, after I've been kind of building out part of it, I'll give it like its base coat of textures, and then I'll move on. That's why it's mostly textured, yet it's not finished. I don't normally do that, but sometimes when you get like big texturing jobs like this, you dread it so much that it's like, if I can do some of it as I'm going, then it does help. It doesn't make it as bad that way. So, all right, a quick explanation of objectives on this whole build here. Two things. One, for the sake of a POI, for in-game POI, it'll serve two purposes. Well, I hope it will, unless I'm misunderstanding what you can do with POIs. But if you're cool with Skaar, it's going to have a commercial district over here under this dome section, and this is going to be like all your different storefronts and shops for in-game sales and buying your parts and stuff like that. If you're not cool with Skaar, it's going to be a abandoned style POI, in which is going to be hopefully pretty sprawling and a fairly good size POI. But essentially, you would start probably on the existing side of the station, and then go through a course, hitting some probably switches or something like that along the way, which will eventually work you across here and unlock a door somewhere in here that's not in place right now, right there. And then you would have to go through the rest of it as a POI and shooting up everything and finding the loot and all that fun stuff. But although this side of the station over here sort of appears fairly good sized, it really doesn't have a lot of interior space in it. It's just the way I built it. It has enough for what it's doing, but it wasn't trying to like have a huge amount of extra. Where although this part of the station might not look really all that much bigger than the other side, it's going to have probably about 3 times the interior space on this side over here. So it's going to be fairly sprawling. There's a lot of levels. There's a lot of decks. Be some areas that have some open areas, and others will be more closed corridor, like room to room type of shoot 'em up stuff. So the whole objective is just to make a pretty decent space station Skaar POI. Now, part of my thing is I'm trying to dial some things in yet, and I did briefly show this earlier on the last week's video, but I did a lot more since then. And I do realize I got a couple of issues too. I now have realized that the grays I was generally using on this side are lighter than what I've been doing over here right now. So I'm going to have to like kind of touch this up to get it to blend in better. And then I've been kind of like pulling back from this angle view and trying to get it to all look like one station, despite this whole chunk over here was just tacked on to the existing station. So part of that is I did copy some this group of blocks from the other side there, and and it's like at the same position across there, and I'll also do like some kind of angular block structure down from there to again try to tie it together to make it look like it's all like one big thing of chaos. that's kind of, and yeah, Skaar builds, especially when you can when you're not doing like a small fighter or something like that. I really try to put a lot of chaos into them, like Skaar Megalodon and things like that. Those were like, I purposely did this kind of thing with that too. Just kind of went off the deep end and just like, hey, let's bring this part over here. Let's make it this weird like angle, and then let's do something different over here, and let's do something different there, and let's do something different there. And that's kind of what's happening. And then I'm just kind of like looking at it and trying to figure out what I'm going to add next. But basically what's left with the whole part of this is I do have to add like a bunch of walls stuff throughout this whole section here. I might even have like another little like structure hanging down from it. And then after that, I got to go through and like build the whole course that goes through here with the target goal of, if you are an average player and not like a super guru, Probably like about a half hour, 45-minute romp through the POI. Is kind of the target goal. A larger one of the abandoned style, basically. So I just wanted to show you what I was working on. One last little thought before I end this probably extra long video is right now I kind of got my little SV exotic SV project on pause. I had thought about bringing it to a CV because I started building this and I'm like, what am I going to do with it? And then if I turn it into a CV, which is quite easy to do, I still didn't know what to do with it because it's not really like set up for combat CV. It's not really the right dimensions I would want for a base style CV. It's not really designed to be a miner. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of like one of them weird things that it doesn't really fit into any good category. My intent originally was to build a large style or a larger style SV. This is way dinkier than what we looked at from Barefoot and Hillbilly over there. But a large style SV that gave me some room to do some small block interior space because you can get more detail with small blocks. But the way the game stats and the game is working, it really doesn't work very well for the game to build large SVs. It just, well, I don't know. It depends. It depends what you're doing. So it's hard to say, but usually I get discouraged when I think about trying to build a large SV simply because of like the stats and the CPU and all that stuff. So, but they are fun to build, and I working with small blocks is wonderful. Just feel I never really get the opportunity with anything too useful to ever really build a small block larger interior. Or almost never. I have a couple that I have done that way, but they weren't super big. Anyway, that's it for this week, and I appreciate all the builds and all the coolness and all the interesting ideas and stuff I haven't seen before yet again by all the authors putting all this time and effort into building the galaxy up here, and some truly innovative stuff going on in here too. So y'all have yourself a excellent weekend, and I'll talk to you later.